The path to Canadians' Confederation held three important conferences where different representatives from the Canadian colonies were able to meet and discuss Confederation. The conferences were the Charlottetown Conference, the Quebec Conference, and the London Conference. They were important, and from them the 72 resolutions were created at the Quebec Conference. And those are the four different things we'll be specifically looking at today. The Charlottetown Conference occurred in September of 1864. Originally, only the maritime colonies were going to get together to discuss a union. However, once the Canadas heard about this, they wanted to come as well. British Columbia and Newfoundland were not invited. The majority of the Charlottetown Conference consisted of balls and parties and people eating very elaborate, expensive food. However, it did conclude with the Canadians persuading the Maritimers to give up their original plan of solely a maritime union and consider a union with the Canadas as well. The Charlottetown Conference happened in October of 1864, and this time Newfoundland did attend. The Quebec Conference was much more down to business, where the different representatives were able to discuss what Confederation would look like if the colonies did come together to create a new country. The colony representatives met for 3 weeks to sort out the details and rules for sharing power in the new country. The rules that were designed to help govern the country that would become Canada were called the 72 resolutions, and they were created at the Quebec Conference. These list of rules were designed by the delegates that attended the Quebec Conference, and one of them, for example, was that it recommended a government made up of a parliament composed of a legislative council whose members were appointed and a House of Commons whose members were elected. There was many other resolutions that are still evident within Canada at this time. The next important conference was the London Conference. Occurred in December of 1866, where representatives from Canada East, Canada West, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick traveled to London, England. Newfoundland decided not to join Confederation at this time. The delegates discussed the colony's future with British officials, and it was agreed that Canada would be Britain's first self-governing dominion. As a result, on July 1, 1867, a new country was born. The Dominion of Canada at first only contained 4 provinces: Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia. Now these next few slides contain a series of questions and an activity that we'll be doing in class. So please familiarize yourself with the information just to see if you understand what was covered today.